And then this is
where you can go into templates and set up everything from the beginning.
We're gonna do
Blueprint. You can add C++ later,
and vice
and vice versa.
C++
we added to Blueprint. Blueprint we added to C++.
Target
Target
platform,
platform, we're stay with desktop, but again,
none of this
is set in stone.
This is kind of just like getting you started.
But
if we
if
don't
we don't
have
have
starter
starter content, I would add it just like I did last time.
Do that here,
or later on once we actually make the thing.
Don't worry about
Don't worry about tracing, we're not doing that.
and then you can
pick your project location and the project name.
We did the
last time, so we're going to follow that.
Hey, Matt, we're on Discord. So where's the chat? Where's the chat box? I can't find it. I'm not good with Discord right now.
No, you're good.
Chat's actually over here on the left.
And then if you want,
you can also add additional channels, so you know.
It's here, but Jordan, can you write something? This has to pop up so that other people might have the questions too.
Yeah, so
if you guys type something, this little icon down here, there'll be like a little red
number that
pops up like there's a message, and then I can pop back here and check it out.
That's why I said
you can also just mute yourselves and talk. That works too.
That could work, yeah. But Jordan, you write something? Just say hello, because I need this thing to pop up so that everyone can read your question. All right.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's what I was looking for. All right, cool. Thanks. All right, thanks. We're ready to rock.
Double check real fast. This channel has.
Notification settings. Okay. All right. So back here on Unreal, we're in our main area. Control spacebar opens up your content drawer. This is just like your file explorer, literally any other programming setting. Content is the only folder that Unreal Engine requires. Every other folder is here for your personal sanity, so that you can keep track of things and find. Otherwise, you can just stick it in the content folder and have fun dealing with that. There's also other, like you can right click on these and there's quality of life things, like I can change the color and be like, oh, this one gotta be red, and then so now I can just sort of I don't have to read it, I can do it up. We're gonna go to maps. We're gonna go back to our level.
Is this familiar? You do Control Spacebar to access the content browser entirely.
And then also down here at the red bottom versus content, we're going to click on that if you like as well. If for some reason you don't want this to pop up and down, I like my extra screen space, but for some reason you want to stay, you can click dock and layout, and it will actually just stay here all the time. Unless I can do it. So keep that in mind. The level is the scene in which we're going to be hanging out. So this is, for all intents and purposes, the world. And then when we make actor classes, the actor classes will actually be inside of here, and then components will be inside of the vectors. Just like last time we made our Pong blueprint. So this is a pawn class, which is a child of an actor class. So it is an actor, which is a more specific one. And then we arrange stuff inside this local scene here, which will then get dropped into the main scene. So if I were to literally just drag this in, there it is, and then I can do this over and over again as many times as I want because I predefined what this is.
Hey Matt, let's tell them how to get to the blueprint editor.
You just don't click on it. So if I actually literally anything in here, if you don't click on it, it'll open. So if I don't click on map, it'll take me to the map. If I don't click on blueprints, it'll open. If I don't click on this context mapping, this will open. So that's how you open everything is double click.
The
other cool thing actually is if I have something in the level,
if I click
on it here in the level and hit Control E, that'll also open up the blueprint editor.
And if I hit Control V, it'll actually take me to it in the content role. So Control E for editor, Control B for browser. Which is kind of what they use for this fun. Once we're inside of this, and we're inside of our own little private scene, that's going to get dragged and dropped into the main world scene. We actually can assemble everything in here in local space, and then that's how we sort of find what this scene looks like. And then you can see over here on the right, here's our relative or our local transforms. So you know, the position of this thing relative to the thing it's attached to. So this thing is attached directly to the string arm, so there is no locational offset. It's at the order.
Now, let me ask a question for a second. All right, let me ask you a question.
Do you guys want to do what he's saying, like take it like 2 minutes and you do it as well? Or do you want him to do it this speed, or do you want him to do it a lower, slower speed?
I think if you're gonna make it a video,
Me personally, I'm right behind,
I don't think it's
All right, thanks. For the, and yeah, who's Heavy Bull?
So what?
Who's Heavy Bull? Recreate everything we did last time. So what we are starting. All right, who's Heavy Bull? Nobody. Okay, all right. Oh, you're it. Okay, so we're starting from what we did. We're reviewing last time. Okay, thanks, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can delete the stuff. Like, essentially,
last time was
if you
right click
in here, just literally
anywhere in this open space, or click this right, or click this little icon on the right.
This is your
creation menu. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with like inheritance
as like a
concept, but basically
here's where
you can pick your parent class. So anytime I want to make anything in the engine, you can come here, and this is literally all the stuff.
This is
everything that exists or that you can make.
Object
is the base class, and essentially this means that this thing gets to exist. It doesn't have any other features or anything else. Literally, this thing exists in memory and nowhere else. It doesn't show up on the screen. It doesn't exist in the level. It doesn't receive input. It doesn't know about ticks or updates. It literally is just kind of in memory, holding data, and you can access it. Everything else inherits from object. That's why everything else goes to the web. So everything else is a child of this and inherits all of that ability. So everything else gets to exist in memory and data. Actors, which is the next child class down, is something that gets to be in the level. So unless it's an actor, it will not show up in this outliner because you can't put it in the level. I can drag and drop this in the level because it is an actor. If I were to make it an object, and try and drag this in the level, it will say no because it's not allowed. So actors have the ability to be in the level. That's their main thing that they get. They also get to check, but that's pretty much it. Pawns are the next child class down, which is what we're doing right now, because pawns can be in the level, but they can also receive input from the controller. So they'll know when I hit a button and it can do something about it. Actors by default will not.
So
when you are playing a game and there's a door and it says push E to open the door,
when you push
E,
your
your
pawn hears that. The door does not. We then have to tell the door, hey, the player pushed the button, you should open that. Because the door does not hear that direct. So actors and things that are in the world but will not receive input directly. Pawns are things that will receive input directly either from you or from AI control. So if it's going to be possessed, like you're going to be the thing, or it's going to be controlled by the AI, pawn. If it's going to be an organic character, like a person or a dragon or whatever, and it's going to do stuff like run and jump and swim and crouch and fly, you want to pick a character class because that's already built to do that. The player controller is a special class. It is an actor class, so it's not a pawn. It's just a thing that's in the level, but it is actually responsible for getting the input, passing it to the pawn, and taking care of like UI stuff. So this is a very special actor class that they extended well beyond what actors normally do. Same thing with the game mode. This is an actor class, and you'll notice if I can play here, because they actually show up in my little outline after the fact. Here's my player character, here's my game mode. So when they show up in yellow, that means they respond at runtime, and you can see they're both actually in the level at location 0, 0. And this one's actually with my guy. Doesn't have to be, but this one is. So they are special actor classes that we drop in the level.
Can you go over the naming notation? Just like the notation, like IMC, stuff like that?
So normally it's just whatever the name of the asset is. So like for blueprints, it's usually BP. For IMC, it's because this is an input mapping context. So IMC. This is input action. So IA, Niagara Systems, NS. It's essentially just one of the initials of the thing. You can also you'll see a lot of times that they'll put the whatever the thing is in the underscore at the front of the name. I personally hate that because then I have to read past a bunch of BPs to find out what it is I'm actually looking at when I look here or what's searching stuff. But otherwise, as long as you pick a convention and stick with it, like this was default cheeseburger. As long as all of my input context or mapping contexts are called cheeseburger, it doesn't really matter because everyone working on the project will know that's what those things are. And that's all that really makes a difference is that you and everybody else can find the shit of it. That being said, there is like an official like style guide if people want it. But
yeah,
make sure that everything's like organized. But yeah, just in general, like this one I put as an underscore GM. Probably should have done underscore GM underscore BP just because. Same thing for this one.
Can we get the style guide?
Yeah, it's style. Is this the whole one? No.
Nice.
Doing that, you get, so B, like file underscore BP, those BP is in caps. Like input mapping context, that's IMC in caps. Usually underscore IMC.
And then there's the link in the general chat. And then still need to name stuff. We'll go to this momentarily, but like when I go to name a function or a variable, whatever, you'll see that it's usually done here in Pascal case. You can also do Camel case or Scan case. It doesn't really matter. It's all supported. And as a matter of fact, if I were to type, you'll notice that when I drag this out here,
it actually did capitalize and put a space between them, even though the first letter is not capitalized and there is no space. It does that for you automatically. You do want to get in the habit of not putting spaces and stuff, because when you do actual text-based coding, like in C++ or Python or whatever, they're not going to allow spaces in your code. So you just kind of get out of the habit of doing that. But you can use whatever naming conventions you like, and it will just kind of work with it. We had a question about how this stuff works, and that's kind of what we're going to get to today. I don't know how many of you guys have done text-based coding before, but essentially this is identical to a function definition in any other text-based coding language. So this would, if this was C++, this would literally be void, enhanced input action, move square IA, parentheses with the arguments in it, and then curly braces, and everything inside the curly braces would come off these wires. So this is literally like just do this. These are actually called the execution lines. These white ones are execution lines.
The whites are execution lines.
Yep.
These other round ones that are different colors, we'll talk about these later, but these are actually variable. So like this main one here is a float, and if I put the cursor over top, it tells you it's a double precision, so it's actually a double. But pull out here, I'm literally just accessing this variable that is of type float, or this input action, which is an object reference of type object, type input action object. So we'll talk about this stuff then. But basically, when we go to do something, we need to define a function, and then somebody needs to call that function in order for it to happen. By default, the game flag is the first one.
Can you explain, like, why are some nodes, like, what is the name of this node? I wish I could see it. Like, it's hard to read. Yeah, that's better, thanks. Enhanced input action. Why are some nodes the top red, and why are some of different colors?
So red means that it is an event node, which means that it does not, like, this is the start. Right? So this is the definition. If I were to make a custom one, and we'll call this test event. So now I have a test event, and test event, when I do it, I'm going to print a string in it, and it's going to say hello. Right? Now, I've defined what I want test event to be, but test event doesn't actually happen until somebody tells it to happen. So if I were to pull up a begin play and type in test event, now it's got a blue top because I'm calling this function instead of defining this function. So blue means like do this thing, and red means we're going to start here, and when this is called, this is what's going to happen. So this is the name of the function, and then everything else off here is what's going to happen when that function is called. There's a minor difference in Unreal between events and functions, but for now you can essentially just think of it as events are void functions. I don't have a return here because it doesn't. It just kind of stops. Functions can't have returns. So if I didn't want test event to be an event, I wanted to return something. I could have either made it a function to begin with, or if I right click, I can collapse this into a function. And then now it's in here, in its own special little graph. And it'll have a purple pit or purple node instead of a red node. That's the only difference is denoting that this can have a return, whereas the red ones don't have returns. And in order to get a return, I would just type in, you got it, return. And then I can put this over here, and then in the details panel, with either of these, I can add inputs or outputs. So I can decide, like, all right, I want this to be an integer. That's actually trying to do. And then same thing for you. We'll do a float. And then in here, I'm going to just add, I don't know, 10, and then we'll print this.
Yeah, can you zoom in just a little bit more? When you like zoom in just a little more. Now we have a question from Jordan, JC Penguin. The string, the event that's calling the string. Yeah, we can see these better. Test event, return node.
So right now,
now,
actually, let me go
so
back
right
here.
here
Where
it does this.
we'll
We'll go ahead and rename these. This will be
wow. In
in
value
value,
and output,
But-
and
and
then
then
compile and save.
save.
By the way,
You have to compile every time you do something, just to like
make sure
make sure it's good.
If
It's not going to give you an error. But,
so here
here I can decide, all right, I'm going to do
two,
two,
and then we're
and
going
then we're going
to
to print this out. Actually,
print this
print
out.
this out.
Under will
Under will not help you in the spell stuff, so no.
So
So here we go, and then
now
I'll begin to play. If I don't save, and I'm back here to the level, I play.
It is going
It is going to say
12
12
top here.
top here.
And it's
And it's at 12 points, because I already have one in the level, and then I had my second counter spawn in, so now
just as
this is 12 points.
If I were to
If I were to change this to,
say,
say,
10,
10,
compile, hit play,
now
it
it's
says
this point.
So
So it's literally just doing the thing on define. So this happens, we call this, comes in here, does this thing, and then spits it back out.
And then we
And
print
then we print it.
in order to watch this actually
happen,
that's part of
the debug.
because we have
We
debug
have
options. So if I
Now, how do you break a wire?
how do you break
Can you break a wire?
Yeah.
So two ways. You can either hold Alt and click on it, and it'll go in it.
You can hold
Control
and
actually like move it somewhere else. So if I want to transfer a bunch of wires from one thing to another, I can do that way. You can right click on the wire and actually whoops.
You can right
You
click
can right click on the node and you can break length
that way. Or you can
just delete the thing that's attached to it.
Let me ask a general question.
All right, since this is recorded, he's actually making the panel for the phone game that you're gonna be reproducing yourself and then enhancing later. Is this gonna work? Can you follow this if it's recorded? Just I want him to go slower. To me, he's going fast. Like that's a ton of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in like 20 minutes. And you want the speed that he's going right now? All right.
Yeah, I'm going to skip the recording. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is just real quick. So
I have the breakpoint here. So if I hit play,
how'd you do that? Is this not? That's annoying. Let's throw it on this one instead of the screen. What is? Tell you what, we're gonna double check something here. Don't copy this part. Okay,
So that's a breakpoint,
Debugging software.
exactly.
I don't know why I was being weird for a second. You shouldn't have to do this. This should only have to be done if I'm trying to watch it happen live, but
it's whatever. So when you have a breakpoint, I just hit play, it started, and you see event begin play fire, and is now trying to call test event. If I put my cursor on top of here, it currently says 0 because the function has not run yet. At the top
At
of
the
the
top of the
screen,
screen,
there's step
step
into,
into,
step
step
over,
over,
and
and
step
step
out
out
of.
of.
So step
So step
over is
over
going
is
to
going to move into the next
node or
node
the next
or the next
function
function
in here.
in here.
The step
Step
into
into
is
is
going to
going to take it into this
so I
function, so I
actually
actually
want
want
to
to
press
press
that.
out.
So if I
So
step
I step
into,
into,
it's
take
taking
it
me
in
here,
here,
and I can step
step
over,
over,
and I can step out, and it takes me over here, and we can see this fired, and this fired, and this is currently firing, and now this
this
is
is
20 because this did in fact fire, and I can see the new value. And it's going
It's going
to
to print out
24.
24.
And then if
And
I
then if I hit
resume
resume the top of the screen, it will just continue about its business and
do what it's
do what
supposed
it's
to do.
supposed to do.
So
So
when you're
when you're
defining
defining these, this is how it's going.
Starts
Starts
with
with
the
the
thing,
thing,
goes down
goes down the line to the next thing, does that, goes down the line to the next thing.
And then
And then
whatever we define, this to do, it'll do that thing. For the most part, you don't really care so much. Like as long as this is doing what I expect it to do, then I don't actually care. This is fine.
This is fine.
But when you're
But when
trying
you're
to
trying to
debug
debug
stuff, this is where you'll most of the time spend. This is where you'll most often find your answers is either doing breakpoints or print scripts. I'm gonna go ahead and kill these because I don't need them. Kill you too. So, in the player controller, we already said basically when this controller, this is automatically going to happen. So when this controller possesses a pawn, I want to turn on the inputs for the mapping context redefined. And then inside the actual loop, he's going to hear about that, and anytime I push one of the buttons, this is going to fire. Start the fire when you push the button, and trigger the fire while you're holding the button. So
Thanks.
I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So we're going to set
location,
and
I'm going to set actor
location
location
because I want to move the whole thing.
Oh, so there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the problem I'm having, I'm trying to make the screen as big as possible, and so I took the questions out. But all right, so okay, the general questions, and I see there are a bunch. All right, top right.
Wait, what's up?
Okay, yeah, here's one from Paul. Can you go over what you did in the player controller blueprint again?
Yeah. So player controller blueprint, all we did, you can see it's pretty much as empty. The player controller has a function called onEventPossess, or event This fires whenever we take possession of a pawn. So this will happen every time we switch pawns. And basically as soon as we kick off, we're going to fire this and say, hey, listen for this mapping context. That's all we did. And then the mapping context is, we have our move input, and then we add that to our thing here. Instead of left and right, using A and B for right and left.
It's mapping keyboard.
Huh?
I would just say you're mapping keyboard commands with the input mapping context. Just
Yeah, it's going to be all your platforms. So if you end up having like a controller or VR or touchscreen, whatever, you'll put all of that stuff under
this,
the action you want them to drive.
That way you
don't have to
have
35 different events driving
one thing. But yeah, so there's also world location for things. This is how you set the location of a particular component based on world coordinates. So actor location is the whole thing. World, you have to pick a particular component, and you can move that. So if I want to move the camera up the end or something,
we got a question from Jordan. What's the name of the node connected to EventPossess? Maybe zoom in just a little bit in the BP editor.
So that one is add battery context.
Or are you talking about the low one? Enhanced input.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks.
Yeah, so
the enhanced input subsystem,
it's just
it's just
boilerplate
you have to learn. We'll talk about subsystems
way later.
I don't expect you to actually touch them in this course.
Aside
Aside
from
from
using the ones you have to
for the default stuff.
But we're
But we're basically going to home the subsystem, which is it knows all about the inputs and is in charge of actually like
hearing them
and telling about it.
We're just
We're just telling you like, hey,
you want
you want to add this context to the stuff you're telling me about, and then
we can also
set priorities and remove them, things like that. So
this is super flexible. Any more questions
about this?
And that's sort of a new feature. Like if you look at some old Unreal videos, they're not going to have enhanced user. Yeah, they're not have this.
I'm using these, and then you actually set in the project settings
what the key is. That was a lot more annoying for things like setting dead zones, or do like combos, or want to have something for a certain amount of time. You had to program all that stuff yourself. Now with the input subsystem, the enhanced input plugin, it's all kind of taken care of for you. So it is much nicer, although this part was a little annoying to get used to it at first. But yeah. And then so back to this thing when we push either A or B or left or right arrow, then this is going to fire because it's what we said about graphic context. And then this is going to fire every single frame while we're pushing one of those buttons, which we want to have. If you do it off start, it'll just fire once when you push the button, kind of like a hey, you pushed it deal. But that means only move like that one time, and we want to move a lot to make it work. The left-hand side of this is the inputs. So this is where the function is asking for the arguments. Wants to know who am I calling this function on? Where am I sending them? Are we bumping into stuff? Should physics count? Physics is not going to count right now. We're not doing physics. I do expect all this to bump into stuff. And we're going to do some math to figure out a new location. The right-hand side is the output. So this is what's going to be returned to me when we're all done. First is did we bump into something? Or actually, no, this one's different. I was forgetting this one. This is did we actually like make the move? We might have hit something without hit something, but this is telling me like, hey, did we actually go forward? This dark blue is a struct. Struct is a selection of other variables. So if I right click on this one and click pin, this will give me a rainbow. And we'll talk about that stuff, like who did I hit, where are they, was it an overlap or a block, kinds of stuff.
Can you go over the colors like red, boolean, yellow vector?
Yeah. I mean that's essentially what it is. Red, bullet, light green is floats, yellow is vector. Vector is just a collection of floats. So X, Y, Z floats. And then this blue is the object reference. Can't split. Class.
There's a little bit of breakup for some reason. Like it's capturing most of your voice, but not all of it. The video is fine. I'm not sure what that would be.
Yeah. So these blue ones, these are object references. So this is pointing to another actor somewhere in the level. So you can't break this one open. I can use this to get stuff. So if I go up here and type in get actor location, actors have locations, so I can find out where this thing is. Or I can find out where this location is or whatever. I can also cast. So say, hey, is this something else? And then I can cast to check to see, like, oh, is this a skeletal mesh or whatever.
Got a question from Evan. How do you add the advanced input plugin?
You don't have to add it. It's on by default now. You literally.
Oh, the node pops up. Okay.
Input is right here. Mapping context and actions. What was that thing you said?
Like, all right, it looks like it's putting in that node with no inputs to it. You know, that says enhance input action. Is that what you meant? Like, it's that, like, no input node. It says enhance input action. You want to know where that came from? Yeah, see that thing? Enhance that node that has no inputs on it. You were just there?
Oh,
yeah, that one. Yep.
Yeah. So this is one of the input subsystem. First one is just typing sub.
Okay.
And then scroll up a little bit to find the purpose. And then we're going to type in subsystem. There we go. Enhance local input subsystem. The way you want to go about these is you want to pick, so because we're inside the player controller, you want to pick the player controller. Or actually, whoops. That's weird. So that one actually has two. Actually, let me play it back. Really? 1 second. So this one has two, and this one has one. If you pull this one up, it's looking for a player controller reference. Because we're in the player controller, you can leave this as blank. We're just typing stuff. If we were doing this outside the player controller, like if I was doing this inside on, like on begin play or whatever, then I would do this one instead of this one. This one is just because we're inside here. This is the member function. So we don't actually need comments for outside. Apparently it's the top one. Like do that, and I'm not sure why. So multiplier subsystem. And then so I'm not sure why it's this one and not that one, but whatever. This is the one that gives you just the output pin, and then you can have mapping context or take away or set up player mappables or whatever you want to do. You also change priorities and things like that. So the subsystem here is how you actually mess with the inputs. Any other questions on the input subsystem?
Anybody have a question on this that you want to put in the chat? It's a ton of stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Right. So next. Also, if you guys are curious about, I don't remember what the color code is. Over here on the right, if you pop this little thing open, it'll actually just tell you with a little thing next to each of them. And then if you hold Alt Control, it'll actually give you more information, and you can go to full doc and paste it. That doesn't happen for all of them, but it happens for most of them. Yeah, so like float, it doesn't do that. Name will, stuff like that. But yeah, if you're really curious, just kind of how your cursor over stuff, and there's a lot of tooltips and then display stuff too. So this one. When you read these, so sweep hit result is the name of the struct. So if I split this open, you'll notice that sweep hit result is on all the pins. The name of the pin is just the last two words. So this is the blocking property of the sweep hit result struct. So this one is hit after own name. So just be aware of that. And then real quick. Okay. I'm gonna need that. So first things first, we're gonna set up actually moving back and forth. So whenever we push a button, this video is going to try and move, and it's looking for the exact location we want to be. in the
in the
world.
world.
So in order
to
to
get
get
the location we want to go to,
we need
we need to
where
know
we
where we
are,
are,
which
which
direction
direction we're trying to
move,
move,
and how
and
far
how
we're
far we're
trying to move in that direction.
direction.
So
So
first things
first
first
is I'm going to need my location, so I'm going to get
actor
actor
location,
location.
and then
And
this
then
is going
this
to
is going to give me
my
my
exact
exact
position.
position.
I'm
I'm
going to
go ahead and
add
add
this
this
because I want
because
to
I want to
offset,
offset it.
and
And
then
then
I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
split
split
this open
because
because I don't
I
actually
don't
want
actually
to
want to
move
move
on
on
X
X
or on
or on
Z.
Z. I just want to move on Y.
Because I want to move
I want to
left
go
and
left and right.
right. Although
doing it this way, I'm not going to do this way.
Doing it this
Doing
way
it this way
would
would lock us to world coordinates.
If I want
If
to
I
do
want to do local coordinates, which means like, you know,
this
this
dude's
dude's
left
left and right, and this dude's forward and backwards.
So and
So
you can see
you
that
can
down
see
here
it
in
down
the
here in
bottom
the
corner.
corner. There's the
X pointing forward and
forward
Y
and the
pointing
Y
right.
to the right.
So
his forward is this way, and his right is this way.
I
I
could
spin him however I want in the level.
So in the
in the level, this is left and right. If I rotate this dude
like
like
so,
so,
this is
this is still left and right
as far as
as far as the world is concerned.
So you can
So you can kind of think of this as like east and west and north and south.
We don't
We don't
necessarily
want to tie this dude to only moving east and west. So instead of using world coordinates, we're going to get a hold of his local direction and deal with it that way.
So I'm going
to right click,
and then
I'm going to get
right. Not that. You did. Actor. The actor. So
these are all functions that are
of the
actor class, and you'll see that it says target is actor. So literally any actor can call these functions.
Or any
child. On top of actor, I have access to this.
This is
going to tell me in world coordinates which direction is to my right.
I want to multiply
this.
No.
I want to multiply this by a close.
And
this is going to be my
action
value.
My action
value is going to come up as either 1 or -1. So this is either going to stay the same or invert and point left.
I'm
then going to multiply by
another
float.
And this is going
And this is going to be my speed.
So
I'm going to go ahead and promote this to a variable. You pull off of promote the variable to the top option, or if you right click, promote the variable to the top option. Doing it this way instead of making one directly over here is going to pick the right
type.
And if the pin you make it actually has a name,
it will
name it that thing. So I just made a variable called triggered section, triggered seconds, because I
made one off of
this pin called triggered seconds.
So kind of just
a way to shorten things up. I'm going to go ahead and name this speed. And then you have to compile first before you can set a default value on a variable.
Got that? I just make sure we got that. It's confusing because if you don't compile, you can't set the default variable.
True. Although, this is one of the things I like about this. I promote the variable, and then I call this speed, and then I really? That's not really. Okay. 1 second. Yes. Compile. Say go. Okay. So if I do this again and promote the variable, speed. Under default, it says please compile blue parts. So when you come down here and do it, it's going to tell you what you need to do in order to make this happen. So once I compile, then it will update and it'll let me do the thing. that
Pile, and then
I'm
I'm going to set this at 300 because this is going to end up being over time.
Actually,
We'll do this first. I'll set it to 1.
and then I'm going to
I'm going
add
to add
these two
these two
together,
together, and then let's do our new location.
So
For
anybody
that's kind of confused,
where I
we're not
am
going now,
plus
plus
a
a direction, and how far in that direction, and then I add that to my current spot.
So
So
if
I'm
I'm
at 0, 0,
and I
and I
add
add
5
to
my
my
y-axis,
then I'm going to be at 0, 5.
right? So
So same sort of thing here, where
this is our
there's an offset, and we're adding that to our current location,
and then
that's our new location.
So if I
So if I
compile
compile and
and save,
save,
and come out
and
here,
I hit level and hit play,
he now
he now moves very slowly in that direction.
Now,
Now,
what I'm doing
right now is literally every frame,
he's
he's moving one
unit
in the middle, and in unreal units of 10. So
he's moving
1 centimeter every frame.
Now, this is a
This is a
problem
problem because not everyone's computers are run the same frame rate. So
if
I'm playing and you're playing, you might run faster than me. So you'll literally go faster than me.
Because
every time you go 1, but mine sitting here is 120,
you'll go
twice as fast as I.
We
don't
want
want that, so we're going to add another pin,
make this
a float, and we're going to do get world delta seconds.
And
then pop this in here, and this is going to actually tie this to time as opposed to frame rate.
So this
is going to tell me how long it's been since my last frame.
And
so let's say that for simplicity's sake, I have a 10 frame rate computer because I can't afford any of that.
That means
that every single frame is going to take
0.1 seconds. So
speed times 0.1 is going to be
a tenth of the thing. But by the time
I hit all 10 frames,
I'll have
gone
the
full amount.
So
essentially, we're just
making it so that 1 second
means I go this amount of time as opposed to any number of frames.
Now doing
that, we're going to want to bump this a bit. I'm going to go 300, like I was initially.
Which means
it will be 300 centimeters per second, or about 3 meters, which is about 9 feet.
So
now if we can play,
we're going to move a
bit
bit
faster.
Let's go to 2, so 3 more minutes, and we can do 5 minutes of Q&A. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah,
so and then again, if you guys don't want to actually watch this happen, stop the stream here and turn this on, and we can play. And this is going to be a little bit tougher for you guys to see because of this.
If I do this,
whoops.
Get back this out just a little bit. There we go. So you can see
this is firing as I push the button, as soon as I let go, he stops firing and
it dies out. If I were to put my cursor over top of this, it'll actually tell me what these pins, what these values are doing as it's happening. I
want this to stop when it hits something, so we've turned on sleep.
So
let's just real quick
put something
to block us in the way.
All right, beautiful. There we go. All right, so now
I hit play,
and I move to the right. Oh no!
It's going through.
Damn.
The reason for this,
even though we turned on sleep,
and even though this mesh had
block our collision turned on. So sweep here. I said yes, and then this has collision. The problem is that sweep only checks the default route. So this thing does not have collision at all. So it won't bump into stuff. So in order to fix this, we're going to go up here, add a box. We're going to add box collision. And then the box collision is going to be the default scaler. The box collision does in fact have collision. Now,
Now,
the box
box collision here is a little bit annoying.
but
Basically,
the way we
the
do
way we do this is
you
you don't scale
volumes,
you
you change
change that
instead.
Hmm.
So
This
this
dude
dude is going to be
50
50
by
200
200 by 50.
50.
And
And
the way
the way these extents work is that it's the distance from the middle.
So
Because this is a 1 by 1 cube and it's 4 times the original size, it is 4 meters across,
which is
which is 400.
Because
Because the root or the middle of this box is, because the middle of this box is the middle,
it's going to
it's
go
going to go 200 to the left and 200 to the right.
So it's going
So
to
it's going to extend 200 either way.
So
So
just be aware that it's a little bit. And then we're going to pull you down to be actually in the box.
Yay.
And
And then we'll do it.
and then we'll
We'll
set
set the box here
to
to
block
all,
all.
and we turn the collision on this guy off because we're going to box handle instead.
It wouldn't
It
cause
wouldn't
a
have
problem
to on, it would just be extra for no reason. So
now if we
now we hit play,
whoops,
oops,
pull you up
we're
around
on the ground. But
now if
now we
we
hit play,
it
and
literally
it really
stops
stops me as the touch the box. And so,
Nice.
right?
Cool.
And then next time we'll start dealing with like the ball and the AIs.
Sweet. Who's got Q&A? Any questions, you can come up here or you can put them on your chat. We got Jordan typing something.
Okay.
Oh, it's a bit of an issue. You can't move the box. All right, can't move the box. I move instead.
Here's my shot.
You want to come on up, Jordan?
The box, you mean like
the
palm palm doesn't show up or what?
See if you can just speak with yours. I muted me.
See if you can turn you on.
Okay.
So
that could
be one of a couple of things.
So
I dragged mine in because I didn't show this, but basically,
let me go ahead and kill that guy. Bring you back down here. And throw my player start back in. There we go. So now if I play. Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. So if you're so make sure you copy your game mode and make sure that your pawn is set as your default class for game mode. Make sure your player controller is set as the default controller for the game mode. And then most importantly is make sure the world settings, the pawn game mode is set as the one for this level. We could also set it in project settings. We'll talk about that stuff. Do me a favor, double check those things, and then also if it's still not moving, you'll have to like post a picture of what your code looks like. Something tiny.
I gotta tell you, this is like a month of knowledge, no hyperbole. It's a ton of stuff. So this will be for homework. I can put the video on YouTube and post it on Canvas.
Anybody? Steph, you have a question? Okay,
So we are good for your lecture. If you feel you can help Jordan on his thing, that'd be great too. Otherwise, we'll we'll wrap it up for today with you.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna send me a DM of
your
screen
screenshot.
shot and stuff.
For
For anybody else,
just
just
like
heads up,
if
if
you're
you
using
Windows,
Shift
Shift,
Window
Windows
S
S
will
will let you
crop
crop
stuff.
stuff, so you can take
like
like pictures of things,
and then
and then just Control V will let you
paste it.
paste it.
So
So
that's
that's
like a
a much easier way to just like show people stuff.
Also,
Also, super handy.
If
If I were to copy this
and
and paste it into a text file, this would actually show up as text, and you can paste the text into another blueprint graph.
Oh, it's whack.
So,
So,
you
can pass stuff back and forth. It's a little easier than C++, but
all in
all in all.
but yeah,
if you have any questions, whatever you guys send me DMs, it's fine.
Ah, you're the best. Oh, one more question from Jordan.
Yep.
What did you press to change the game mode?
So, you have to go
You
to
have
the
to go to settings tab, and then game mode override is near the top.
If you
If you don't have one by default, which sometimes happens for some reason, in the upper left-hand corner there's a window tab,
and
and this is where all of the tabs live.
World
Settings
settings
is at the bottom of the top section.
So if you
If you don't have it, you click this and it'll add it for you.
Also,
Also, if you ever like,
delete
delete
your
your
outliner
or your details panel,
you can
whatever.
get more here. If you
If you somehow just jack up your whole layout, come down here to load layout, and then load the default, you can also save your own custom ones if you like.
All right. Thanks. That's awesome. This will be for their homework, and we'll make it a reality.
Sounds good, guys.
If you ever got questions in general, that's totally fine.
I'll be around.
Awesome.